In the studio today, we've got none other than Ne-yo. Y'all call him Ne-yo. I'm going to say Schaefer Shamir
No,
because that
I'll
just
take
sounds
that.
like
I'll take
your
that.
mama knew you was going to be somebody when she named you that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, how you doing, love?
I am doing amazing,
Good to
and
know.
it is so glad. I'm so glad to be with you today. You
Indeed,
have
that's
such a
mine.
legendary career, just celebrating the 20 years.
Yeah,
How
man.
does that feel?
Man, I don't want to say I feel old, but you know what I do? I did the hell with it. Yes, old is a blessing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's cats way younger than me that didn't make it this far.
Got
So
that right.
I ain't got no problem with getting older. We'll say seasoned. We'll say
Yes,
seasoned. But
little
yeah, man, it
Lowry's.
feels good to still for people to still give a damn after 20 years. You know, I'm about to go on tour right now. Me and Akon headed out. So yeah, it feels good. Feels
When you
good.
think about 20 years ago, or
Mm.
maybe give or take, when you were turned down, when you were dropped from the label,
Oh
when it
man.
looked like everything was, flatlining,
Hmm.
how does it feel to now look back on that day?
Um, man, you know what? So I've always been a silver lining in a dark cloud type of dude. Like even before any success or whatever, I always felt like, all right, whatever it is I'm going through that's uncomfortable, this uncomfortable is temporary. I've always felt that way. Like I've always felt like God got His hand on my back, and at any given point, what's supposed to happen is gonna happen. So looking back on it now, it's pretty much, I kind of just stuck to my guns. It's like, all right, this didn't work, but something is gonna work. So we just gonna keep moving. We just gonna keep using the gift, keep doing what we do, and wait for the world to figure it out. And sure enough, here I am, 20 years later.
Was there ever a time, I know you wrote the hit we all love, You Should Let Me Love You,
Hmm.
Mario's joint. Was there ever a time that you thought, maybe I should just write?
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I wrote that song, actually, that was when I decided I'm just a writer. This was right after. So I had a deal with Columbia Records before the Def Jam deal, and that just went completely left to the point where it was lawyers and lawsuits, and I got off the label finally. They kept the whole album that I did while I was over there, sold all the songs off. Matter of fact, I learned that they sold the songs in the car riding to a damn job interview, and the song that was supposed to be my first single comes on the radio, being sang by Marcus Houston. Shout out to Marcus Houston. But so yeah, after that, I was like, all right, clearly it's supposed to be music, but maybe I'm not supposed to be in the front. Maybe I'm supposed to be in the back. All right, so I'm gonna just write. So at that point, that's when the Mario song happened. Did a few things for like Mary J. Blige and a few other people, and all of this was before the record deal. So I'm like, okay, clearly this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So we're in New York shopping music. This is how the Def Jam deal happened. We're in New York just shopping music. The producer that I was with asked if we could stop by the Def Jam building, not to shop music, just so he could reunite with a friend of his that he went to school with. That friend just happened to be Tina Davis, who was I think the VP of A&R at the time or something like that. So we go in and meet her. Literally, long story short, by the time we left, I had a record deal. We did not go in there looking for a record deal. I was done with hoping that get a record deal. It's just like when you lose your keys and you turn the house upside down, and then you know what, I'm gonna take an Uber, and then they fall in your lap.
Right.
That's how my record deal happened.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And everybody knows you from music, but you also do a whole lot of choreography, writing. Like you're such a diverse talent.
Appreciate that.
Which is your greatest love?
Oh man, the writing, hands down. I have been writing since I was roughly 8 or 9 years old, maybe a little younger than that. Started with journaling. I grew up in a house full of women: my mother, my sister, my grandmother, 5 aunts, and me, till I was like 16. So, becoming a young man in this house, and I ain't got nobody to bounce these thoughts, ideas, and emotions that I'm going through. I ain't got nobody to bounce it off of. So I started doing stupid stuff, just getting in trouble and whatnot. And my mom gave me a red spiral notebook, and a pen, and she said, "Write it down." And I'm like, "Write what down?" And she's like, "I don't care, just write it down. Stop breaking stuff. Just write it down." So it started there, and it's been my therapy. It's been my best friend. It's been my first genuine, real, and true love. Writing always. Now the singing and the dancing, I had to work up on that. My sister was the one that was born with the effortless talent. Like she came out the womb hitting high C's, like just with ease. I had to work at mine to the point where my mama was like, "Yeah, you gonna be a rapper, baby. Oh yeah, my baby gonna rap. Yeah. Oh no, we not gonna do the singing thing." I had to work at it. I had to get better at it, and it took a little time, but. I feel like 20 years, I did all right for myself. I think,
You did
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I
You're
think I did
doing
all
good.
right.
You're
Yeah.
doing good.
Yeah.
So you talk about being in a house full of women, growing up with sisters and mom and aunt.
Oh yeah.
Not really mentioning dad too much.
He wasn't really around. Nah. He clocked out kind of early. And mind you, I hold no grudge. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do, and it was a good idea at the time, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, as far as my upbringing, I learned how to be a man from a bunch of women.
Is that where Compound came from?
No. Compound is the name of my production company. Me and my manager Tango came up with that, and wow, you know what? To be completely honest, I was about to tell you a lie. I don't even know why. He's actually the one that presented me with the name Compound, and I'm like, okay, I dig that. But I never asked him why. Damn. Okay, now I got some Tango.
And now
We got
you
something
got
to
to
talk
ask
about.
him and get back to me.
Tango, we got something to talk about. Man. Yeah. Why is that?
Talk about the foundation.
Compound Foundation. So I will say that we are currently disbanded, and I will tell you why. So when it comes to philanthropy, especially celebrity philanthropy, you'll get a lot of people that'll do a whole bunch of talking and no walking, if you know what I mean. You know, it's like they don't want to show up to the event because until you tell them what press junkets is gonna be there. It's like that ain't even what we're here for, dog. You know. So we had to just disband it, and we are in the process of putting it back together to get the right people in there, people that actually want to help. We dealt very heavily in child welfare, you know, foster care and things of that nature. And yeah, we definitely want to get back to it, but we got to get people in there that's really trying to do something as opposed to just trying to be seen. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I was researching the Compound
Foundation.
thing, the foundation, I was like, this is dope. Not just because there are kids that need it, but because I was a kid that needed it. I was a foster
Indeed.
kid.
Okay.
I aged out of foster care. I was a teenage mom in foster care.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, me and my baby.
Tough.
And yeah, real
To
tough.
say the least. I
But
believe.
those times you need somebody that steps in and presents hope.
Indeed.
And a foster mother did that. You know, some different group home elders did that, and I think that you've done that for children that you've encountered through your foundation. So I do hope that you'll continue.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if I'm able to help, you ain't even got to pull the camera out. Just let me be in the room with the
that
kids.
would be
okay?
fantastic. Yeah, we'll talk off air, but yes, that
Yes,
would be
come on.
fantastic.
Compound
You'd
Foundation.
be
coming
surprised
back.
how hard it is to find people that want to do it for real, as opposed to the optics of it. You know what I mean? So
Well,
yeah, definitely.
I think that's life, though. You know, just
Yeah.
like writing, just like performing. You know, if you do any of it for the money, eventually you tire out.
Very true.
You don't make it as far as you have without
real.
having a heart for everything you're involved in.
Indeed.
So,
Indeed. Thank you for
salute
noticing.
to you for the foundation, for the 20 years in the game,
Yeah.
and for this new album.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. New project, new Ne-yo on the way. So this project is slightly different than anything you've heard me do before, but not exactly. I mean, there's some familiarity in there if you've been a fan over the years. So this album has yet to be titled, but it is an album full of music inspired by all the things I love about country music. It's not a country album because I'm not a country artist, and I feel like that'd be disrespectful to call it that because it's people that walk, talk, eat, sleep, and live country at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm not that person. So this is a country-inspired album.
Right.
I started listening to country music really, really young. Like so my mom, growing up in Las Vegas, my mom worked 3, 4, 5 jobs, whatever it took for us to not be in the ghetto. And every night I would sit up and wait for her to come home. And every night she would come home with a different genre of music for us to sit and listen to.
Nice.
So at first it was a lot of soul stuff. It was, you know, the Temptations, the OJs, all that kind of stuff. And then it was Wayne Newton. And then it was the Rat Pack. And then it was Reba McEntire. Reba McEntire's Fancy is the first country song that I ever heard in my life. If you're not familiar, you should definitely check it out. It is the storytelling element of this song is top notch. It's top tier. It's like you can close your eyes and literally see everything that she's saying in this record. So from that song, I was hooked. And I've taken the elements of country music that I love and incorporated them into the music that I was writing for myself, writing for other people. Beyonce's Irreplaceable, to be completely honest with you, was a country song. When I first did it, there was no drums over the track. It was literally just the strum and guitar. So I just wrote to the guitar. I wrote it like it was a country song. And then they put the drums over it, it became something else. But yeah, all the elements of country, the vulnerability, the storytelling, the championing of the common man. You know what I'm saying? It's like in country music, you don't got to be the dude with all the money.
Right.
You don't got to be the guy that gets the girl every time. You don't got to be the prettiest woman in the room. You don't got to have all you don't have to be, you can have a dog, a truck, and a 9 to 5
And a beer.
and a beer, a whiskey. Sorry, no whiskey.
Whiskey, yeah.
Whiskey is like
Tennessee
water.
whiskey, yeah.
It's a thing out there. But yeah, that's I needed something that felt more genuine and tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop and R&B has just kind of gotten to this intangible place where it's like if you ain't the coolest thing walking, you ain't worth nothing. And I can't rock with that. I'm raising boys, and I need them to understand that them just being who they are is the cool. It ain't about
Yes.
how much money you got or what shoes you wearing or who thinks what. It's about what you think about you. I need you to look in the mirror every day and like what you see. And this project kind of came along at the perfect time. And my oldest is 14, and this is a conversation that we have regularly because he's constantly on IG and constantly comparing his to somebody else's, and it's like, bruh, you got to stop doing that. The coolest thing you can do is just be you, because it's only one you. So just rock with that. It's an ongoing thing. You know?
Well, life's easier that way, and it's not just teenagers. We're all battling the comparison demon. We're all every day trying to figure out if we measure up. So
it's a whack time. It's a clout chase time, and mind you, don't get me wrong. You know, I enjoy Instagram and the social medias and all of that like everybody else, but I just feel like there needs to be more force pushing in the other direction, like something that tells people, listen, do not compare your life to IG. Everybody's IG is their highlight reel. You don't see all of the other stuff that goes on in real life with people on their Instagram. Like it's just that's not how it works. Well, you know,
the single, Up, Out, Gone.
Up, Out, and Gone. This song was inspired by, so mind you, for this project, went out to Nashville for like a month and a half, left, came back again. We did the whole project out there. I love Nashville.
It is
love
alive.
Nashville. Yeah. It's just one of them places, aside from the fact that it's beautiful and the people are nice, which I honestly did not expect. It was a bunch of people that told me that I was going to come across some real mean people out there, and that Nashville is real cliquish, and if you ain't this or if you don't do that or whatever the case may be, I ain't experienced none of that. Everybody that I've met in Nashville has been an amazing person. Every songwriter, every producer, every regular person. The lady working at the restaurant, just nice.
Yeah.
Just ask you how you doing and then sit there and wait for you to tell her how you doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like real people stuff. So I love Nashville. So anyway, this song is inspired by a street in Nashville called Broadway. Now, if you've never been to Nashville, Broadway is a street where it's just bars on bars on bars on bars on bars, like all the way down the street and all the way back the other way. And at any given point, you can duck your head in any of these bars and hear live music, hear somebody on stage just killing it. Like, man, why don't you have a record deal? Dude don't want a record deal. He's here every Saturday because he just loved to play. Like, that's what made me fall in love with the place. It's a love for music still. You know what I mean? When you go in the studio and you just do something that you enjoy as opposed to trying to write a hit. You know what I mean? Like I needed that. I needed that, and I found it in Nashville.
I'll tell you, I listened to the song last night on repeat.
I appreciate that.
Because I wanted to feel it, you know, and I wanted to figure out how I was going to tie it into today. And I did so with this outfit.
Okay.
Because the song made me feel like I was turning 18, leaving my mama's house for the first time. I was graduating college, going off with my friends for a vacation before I started the net. It just felt like I'm releasing everything that weighs me down, and I'm just here to have a good time and enjoy life.
Purpose.
And so it is a great track, and I am super excited to hear the rest of the album. I feel like This Don't Have a Title Yet is a pretty good title.
That ain't bad.
That
is not bad.
I love all the things I love about. ... There we go.
Done.
Come on, whatever it is.
Come on now, okay?
You ain't even got to give me nothing for that.
I'm saying,
That's just on
I
me,
about to ask for something. Ain't got nothing on me.
All right, I have a few questions
Yes.
about some of my favorite hits.
Okay.
One of my favorite songs is Go On Girl.
Yes.
It really gave you a talk about me because I was a little toxic back then. But why did you pick Earl, James, and Jimmy?
Just because it rhymed in the moment.
I promise you they sound like deacons.
Them are some old names. I realize it now that I picked the oldest names in American history.
You did.
For the dudes that she was supposedly messing. Earl, James, and Jimmy. Yeah, all brothers from Mississippi somewhere. Shouts to Mississippi. Yeah, no, you know what? That was Michael Jackson's favorite song of mine.
Wow.
He actually told me that. I met him one time in life, face to face, and the first words out of his mouth when he walked in the room was, "Oh my God, you know what my favorite song of yours is?" And I was like, "Favorite song of mine? You're Michael Jackson." I didn't say this to him because it ain't no way I could have been that cool in that moment.
Right.
But I just stood there like, and then he sang it. Please don't worry about me. I'm in my head. I was a 7-year-old girl, and I screamed and passed out in my head, in my head, not in front of him because that would have been embarrassing. But yes, that was a moment that I will never forget. Michael Jackson has a favorite song of mine.
You know, and
What?
you just made a moment for me
What?
because now me and Michael Jackson have the same favorite song of
I'm
me.
saying, great minds. Come
Yes,
on now.
yes. All right. Do you ever?
Yes.
My second favorite song. And this is the part that made me know you was a little bit toxic.
A little.
I'll leave you alone for good, I promise. If you answer this one question for me, I just wonder, do you ever think of me? Now you know damn well she about to come back to the crib right after you say that. Because now she's reflected on everything that y'all have ever experienced together, and you saying, I'll leave you alone after this. So now she's thinking, I really don't want you to leave me alone because I love you a whole lot, but you forcing me to move on. Ne-yo, what was going on here?
Why are you pointing out my toxicity? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Come on, man. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, swear that I'm not trying to start no trouble. Tell your fiance he can't relax. Yeah, that was a little toxic.
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, you had a little smirk looking at the fiance
I mean,
over her shoulder for that one.
Guilty as charged. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
All right, this or that, studio or stage?
Oh, man. Damn. That's a hard one. Probably studio. Because again, the writing, it's been my first love forever. I had to learn how to accept and appreciate the stage. So probably studio. Yeah.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Writing a song or choreographing the performance?
Writing a song. I can dance. I'm no Chris Brown. Shouts to the boy. But I normally nowadays I leave the choreography to the choreographers.
So I'm gonna tell you a little something that you ain't gonna remember, but I've never forgotten.
Uh-oh.
Step Up High Water.
Yeah.
You played Sage.
Indeed.
I played an extra.
You really?
I was backstage. I just moved to Atlanta. Didn't get the job here in radio yet. I was coming from radio in South Carolina, and just wanted to be in the room to see how things worked because my husband does film. So I applied to be an extra and didn't know what I was extraing for.
Right.
And then I'm standing there, and out comes Ne-yo, and I said, "Oh my God!" And I'll just say, seeing you in that light was a very different. I mean, you were locked in. You were, but you were also gentle, and you spoke to everyone you passed. Like you passed me as I'm paint, and you said, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, me, fine. Hey, Ne-yo."
That's love. Okay.
Yeah. So seeing you in your acting bag, how did you enjoy that?
Man, I missed that show. I'm gonna be honest with you. Primarily because I got to be somebody that I don't get to be in real life. Like Sage Odom was man. Sage Odom was one of them dudes that he was gonna yell at you if you gave him any inkling of an opportunity to yell at you, he was gonna do so. And I'm not really that dude. Like it take a lot to get me mad. So to be that was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, man. I made some really good friends on that show too. Friends that are still friends with me to this day. And it's funny. People see me in the street and be like, "So when you gonna bring it back?" Like I didn't bring it to you. I was just on it. But I mean, if I had anything to do with that part of it, I'll definitely bring it back. I wouldn't have canceled it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Song association. If I'm going through a breakup and I want to get better, what song of yours do I listen to?
Either So Sick or So You Can Cry.
If I am in the middle of a breakup and I'm trying to send a song to my ex to reel him back in, what song do I send?
To reel him back in. Probably Do You. Yeah, you just exposed all my toxicity on that one. So yeah, I think that one will work.
What is on your playlist? To lift, to lovemaking, and for the Lord. So when you're going to the gym, when you're in the bedroom with your girl, or when you're ready to put a praise on it.
Okay. In the gym, it is Michael Jackson's "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." Just the tempo. The tempo, it keeps you going. When I'm in the bedroom, good question. Probably something by Jodeci. I'm old, and I embrace it completely. Shouts to Jodeci, the members that's still around. And when it's time to praise the Lord, man, anything by Fred Hammond. Anything by Fred Hammond. That's one of the dopest voices in gospel music, if you ask me. Yes.
We're going to close out with this question. Talk about a season of your life that you didn't think you could get through, that you knew you didn't make through on your own. God stepped in, and that was the bridge to better.
Man, that is an ongoing season. That is a season that has never ceased. I am 100% aware of the fact that I am living in a blessing. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of the fact that at 46 years old, there's a whole bunch of things that I could be doing. You know, there are people that wake up every day and go to a job they hate because they have no choice. That is not my reality, and I only recognize that as a blessing, and I walk in that. I walk in gratitude every single day because things could be so much worse.
July 11th, Ne-yo will be here with Akon at the Lakewood Amphitheater.
Come on.
We're excited about it.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to get some new stuff. We're going to get some old stuff.
We doing a little bit of everything on this one. Yes. Me and Akon. Akon's been around for just about as long as me. So, yes, it's going to be a show full of songs that you know. One or two that we're going to introduce you to, and you're going to love those just as much. It's going to be a time. Trust and believe. Yeah, go get your tickets. Indeed.
Anything people don't know about you that you want them to know as we close this out?
Anything that they don't know that I want them to know? No.
Well,
if you don't know, you don't know, and that's on you. It ain't on me to tell you. Now, should you find out, all right, well, you found out, but you ain't gonna find out for me. We're gonna leave that alone.
I'm gonna give him a little insight. Ne-yo, you definitely have a good spirit.
Thank you.
It has been such a joy talking to you. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to the unhoused on the streets, and I talk to famous celebrities all the time, and I would just say that your spirit feels really good.
Thank you.
So keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations on celebrating that 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Congrats on this new song that makes me want to run through a field of flowers.
Come on with it.
Definitely looking forward to more from you, and I can't wait to see you July 11th.
Love and respect. Thank you, Mama. And I have to say, I will give you that same compliment. You are a light. You're a light. I saw it from before I walked in the room.
Look at
Continue
God.
being that.
Thank you.
Love.